Okay, I'm live. So there's a lot of mods in this game. So what it does now is it randomly switches between tornado magnet mode, where the tornadoes follow you, and just the normal game mode. And then what I've done is, it took a while to figure out, but I've figured out how to add custom sounds into the game. So what I've done is, if the game is in tornado magnet mode and you get within 350 meters of a tornado, it plays the growl sound from Twister. And I was just testing it before, and it really adds to the atmosphere of the game. It sounds really good, especially if the tornado is hitting something at the time. So hopefully I can demonstrate that today on the stream. But every hour there's a 50% chance that it'll switch into tornado magnet mode, so you've got to keep paying attention to what's going on. It can be difficult because if you're trying to set yourself up for an intercept, you don't know whether the tornado's heading towards you because you just happen to be in its damage path, or if it's because it's following you. And if you wait to hear the growl, it's usually too late. We've got a tornado, our first tornado going up here. That's not really a great area of the map to try and chase, to be honest, though. Let's see. There'll be other cells. Wakota seems like a better place to head. Let's get there as quick as I can before anything spawns. Oh yeah, and another thing I've added is I've set a lower limit on the frame rate of 20 frames per second. And if the game drops below that, it then starts deleting debris from the game to try and keep the frame rate up. So we'll be putting that to the test as well. So I'm currently getting 24, 26 frames per second while I'm streaming. I've also noticed the game looks a lot different. I'd dialed down the precipitation in the game quite a bit, but now that the tornadoes growl, I think it's actually more exciting. If you can't really see much, then you hear that sound, and then a second later you see a tornado coming straight towards you. I think it adds to the game, so I forgot how good the rain actually looks. I'm going to go off road here. Ooh, game's struggling already. 21. What I'm going to do is, let's just put this down to high instead of ultra. I guess a few more frames, yeah. Looks good. I like the contrast. That's the key thing to make these games looking good, I think, is contrast. Because I spent some time last year learning how to draw tornadoes and clouds and things. I'm terrible at drawing, but I really want to learn how to do that. And one of the things which I learned which really makes clouds look good and stand out is to really add a lot of contrast. So I'd erase the areas where the highlights were and really shade in the dark areas, and just that contrast really it just really adds to like the visual appeal of the drawing. But it works the same for games. That's why HDR images are so great. They're all heading away. I need to make sure I actually remember to save the file after I modded it. Don't really want to go off road because if I get a flat, I'm going to waste my spare tyre this early in the game. A bit of a quiet start to this stream. Sorry about that. Sit here and watch the storm move in. Hopefully it switches into tornado magnet mode. It's on the hour, every hour, so once this gets to 10 AM there's a 50% chance that these clouds will change direction and start moving towards me. Oh, that was a big jump. It happens sometimes. Sorry, this has to be the least exciting start to a stream I've had in a while. Things will get really good though when the this adding the sound effects from Twister just really adds something to the game. Okay, 10 AM. Let's see if the clouds start changing direction. Oh, this came out of nowhere. Where's the tornado meant to be? Can't see anything. Can I make a video on how to level up quickly? Probably wouldn't do a video specifically on just that. Best way to level up quickly, I'd say, is to do Mission 8 repeatedly. When I was... I went through a time where I was really enjoying the Feel the Power mode, and I leveled up very quickly using that. So I'd say play Mission 8 a lot, focus on Wakota. There's a tornado there. Winds change direction. Let's follow the tornado then. I did spend some time trying to mod the textures in the game. I wanted to try and change the police car like decals and like design to make it look like the Jeep Honcho from Twister, but every time I added any of the textures, the game either wouldn't load or would crash the desktop, so I kind of given up on trying to do that. So 11 o'clock, is it going to change into magnet mode yet? No. Try and get in front of that. Let's see if we can drop a probe. That's really photogenic though. Elephant trunk over a barn. What is that? I'm gonna guess EF1. One kind of random suggestion for the developer is to add manual shifting in this, so you've got to worry about shifting gears and pressing the clutch down. So it'd be nice to have added a little bit of extra stress into the game. changed the colour of the debris clouds as well. After watching Into the Storm, I noticed the debris clouds, some places were more of a grey colour, and I kind of like that. It's just a bit different. Right. We're about 70 miles an hour. Let's see, am I going to have enough time to deploy a probe? Maybe. So he's going to cross the road. I do have a realistic damage radius enabled on this as well, so let's quickly get into the car. It's easier to die. Oh no. Let me load that up again. Since I've added this, I've been getting to crash the desktop now, and I haven't been getting those for a while. I did start with a clean DLL file, but it seems to happen at 41 minutes past the hour a lot. So I need to figure out what's going on there. Hopefully if we reload the game, there's a chance it'll start in the Tornado Magnet mode, and I can demo these new sound effects. Is this max graphics? It was pretty close to max graphics. I'll set the settings to as high as they'll go, and I'll see what sort of performance I get. So if I start settings, graphics, so let's put that on ultra, full screen anti-aliasing, it goes up to 8, VSync count, I'll add that on, resume. So I've got on ultra right now, getting about 50 frames a second. Oh yeah, so the Multi-Vortex Mod, yes, I've been meaning to reply about that. So the problem I'm having is, my idea for it was, one second, the game's getting, well, I'm getting about 18 frames a second. So the plan was to try and just spawn in some extra tornadoes, but on the same spot. So since on the same spot, they'll kind of move around a bit, could kind of approximate what a multi-vortex tornado would look like. So it's kind of like the satellite mod, but it's going to be slight. Rather than trying to have it on like the perimeter of the wall cloud, I was going to have them much closer together. The problem I'm having is whenever I'm adding in a new tornado column to the game, it starts to behave weirdly. The sound starts to glitch, and it. I don't really seem to have any control over the size of the tornado that I spawn in. Okay, I think I'm going to turn these graphics settings down a bit, and the VSync count is probably what's killing the frames, because you have to have trying to remember how it works. You have to have the frame rate be a multiple of something. I forget how it works. So hopefully at 9 o'clock in the game time it'll switch it. If it doesn't switch at 9 o'clock, what I'll do is I'll just force it into that mode and then show off these sound effects. But I do only have about 10 minutes left to stream. It's just a quick one just to try and show these new sound effects off. Yeah, frame rate's still pretty low. just drop them down a bit. Let's say high and times 4. There we go, that got me about 10 frames extra. So it's 9 o'clock. Let's look at the direction things are moving in. If it's moving towards me, then we know it's we're gonna hear the new sound effects. Is this coming towards us? Yeah, it looks like it's gone into tornado magnet mode. So if you listen out, the sound effects, I really like it. I'm really happy with the mod. So let's try and get close up to one of these twisters. There's one over here on the left. There we go. So typically it does rope out as soon as the first sound effect gets demoed. That's typical. It's a lot better when there's actually something getting destroyed and you hear that sound effect. Let's go and hunt out another tornado. There's one over here on the right. So if I position myself between that and the barn, we should hear it right when the barn's getting hit. I'm going to turn the volume up a bit as well. That's making me worry that there's something behind me here. Oh, what's going on? Everything's roping out. So I took 6 different sound clips from Twister, and it plays them randomly as well, so it's not just the same effect each time. What I'm also thinking is I could take the clip where Melissa shouts Billy. I'm trying to remember which scene it is in Twister, and I could play that when the player dies. Is that the last cell on the map? Looks like he's moving away again. So I'm going to have to sign off quickly, but I hope people get an idea of what I'm trying to add with the mod. I want to try and take more inspiration from Twister and get at least some of the sound effects, if not some of the vehicle textures into the game. So thank everybody who's watched. I'll try and do a better stream hopefully tomorrow night. Maybe add in a few more features, but thank you for taking